Welcome to Issues. As you know, Issues is a program for the community. We highlight community events and we interview the individuals that are the movers and shakers behind those community events. Please feel free to email us. You see our email up on the screen. Please feel free to email us and give us any suggestions or recommendations that you may have. You can also go to our website and see past programs of Issues. Now, this evening I am really excited. We're going to be interviewing some twins. But before we do that, let me share a few facts with you about twins. About 22% of twins are left-handed. Twins do not have to be born on the same date. Bet you didn't know that. Twins do not have to have the same father. Twins do not have to have the same father. That's a fact. About 25% of identical twins are called mirror image twins. Now, this evening we have with us Sharon, Mallory, and Karen Trott. Welcome, Sharon. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you.
Now, as twins, and interestingly, we were talking off camera, and I don't even know if they recognize it. One would talk and the other would chirp right in, and they would finish the sentence with the very same words. Imagine that. Now, when did you recognize or get an understanding that you were twins?
That's a good question because we've never had that put to us before.
Yeah. Well, when did you get an understanding that people were calling you twins and you just weren't sisters? Well, you were kind of more than sisters. Mm-hmm. When did that idea come to you?
It was probably in primary school because that's when it was brought to our attention that the teachers wanted my mom to put initials on our uniforms
to identify
us because they didn't they couldn't tell the difference.
Mm-hmm. Now, in primary school, were you always in the same classroom or did they separate you?
Always in the same classes.
What was that like?
It's been so long ago. Remember.
Now, as you went through primary school, did you find that you had a special relationship? Did you play together and everybody else was playing with other people? Did that happen?
Well, we always played together, and then we always had our friends. Mm-hmm. So it was just one big gathering.
Yeah.
Now, some people say that twins can sense when something is happening to the other twin. Did you find that that's something that happened with you too?
No, I believe that might just be a myth. We never got it as twins. Maybe some other set of twins feel that.
If she was sad, I was sad. Just things like that.
Because we are still
siblings. I don't think if somebody slapped her, I would feel it.
Yeah. Now, if she was sad and she was in St. George's and you were in Somerset, would you get sad too?
No.
Probably call her up and she may start crying.
And then she'll feel it and say, "Oh, what's wrong?"
Yeah.
But
I don't think that myth is true.
No.
Yeah. Now, in your family, because you have other brothers and sisters, so in your family, were you like the special ones because you were twins?
Not at all.
Not. We were
not at all.
All siblings in one home, getting the same treatment.
Yeah. So you didn't get any preferential treatment?
No, of course not.
Now, as you grew up, did you find that one of you took more of a leadership role than the other? Maybe one was more protective of the other?
I think she did.
She says me, I think she took the role of leader.
Not leader, I think I'm more militant, like in timing and things like that. Yeah. And you can ask any of my friends, but I think she was a little bit more bossy.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
Bossy.
Up to now, at our age, I think so.
What do you think? What do you think, Sharon?
She wouldn't think so.
It might be on certain issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, time. I think both of us are on time for everything. She may be a little bit more on time than me, but
I think I'm more
we
militant.
believe in time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in a separate setting where we got an opportunity to be together, in that setting, I remember Karen talking more than you. Now, is that normal? Do you kind of take that role?
I think it depends on the situation
Oh,
because
right
she
now
can
she
talk.
is.
Yeah.
I think because she can talk more than me also. So
Yes, it
it's
depends on the
a give and
situation.
take.
Yeah. Now, in growing up, did you ever try to trick your boyfriend?
Not at all. We
You
were
never
too
did?
shy.
Not at all.
And people would say nowadays they wouldn't even believe it because we were too shy.
Very shy.
We went through school. Teachers would tell our mothers, the report cards are good, but they need to speak up more.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, when did that change that you started to speak up?
And we
Into
became
adulthood.
adults.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, very much so.
Oh, so because you were shy, did that put a special bond between you two? Because if you're shy, you're probably not going to talk to everybody in the room, but you'll talk with
Each
you
other.
two.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think we
That
always
makes
had a
sense.
special bond.
Yes.
You know.
Now, does it appear to you that and I asked you if twins have a closer bond in the family, and you say no, you get treated just the same. Now, what is one special trait about Karen that you like, and then Karen, what is one special trait about Sharon that you like? Sharon first.
I don't know if we have any special traits.
Yeah.
People treat us like we're.
One person. I think that's a hard question.
Yeah, it is.
Because
I
we
just
like
think
each other, we love each other for who we are. I mean,
we have our individualities.
yes.
But I don't know about special traits
Special
we
traits.
have.
Now, in my research on twins, I read someplace where some twins have some special language as they grow up.
No.
I can probably look at her and give her the eye look.
Yeah.
I don't know about special language.
We never grew up
No.
learning about special languages.
Now, even now as adults, do you, if there's some special decision that you have to make, and I know, Karen, you got married recently, in any way did you call your sister, you say, I'm planning to get married, what are your thoughts? Did you do that? Not just with marriage, but with anything.
With anything. We talk personally to each other about different things.
Talk to each other about certain things that's going on. I mean, her being married a second time, I didn't get involved as much as I did in her first
one, because
marriage.
she was my maid of honor in my first
Yes.
one.
Oh, right.
So
That was
I
the
just
big
left
one.
it up to
Yeah.
her for
Yeah.
her to do what she had to do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be there for her.
Now, do you two ever get angry with each other?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we've had our blowouts.
We've had our differences.
You're kidding.
Oh my
Even as
gosh,
twins?
of course, yes.
From the same egg?
Yes. Oh yes. We've almost killed each other at one
Yes.
point.
Yes.
Yes, but
Of course.
we never talk about it after the fact.
It's just like the next day, it's like it never happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something that will, it happens today and
Then it's
tomorrow
over and
done
it's
with.
gone.
Yeah.
Now, do you find that after something like that, and then you're making up, for the lack of a better word, that it kind of brings you closer together? You understand each
It's
other
like
better?
starting all over again,
Yeah.
just like a friendship.
And nobody would understand.
Yeah.
Nobody could understand that.
Yeah. So I think that's something special about you two as twins, in terms of what you indicated, that sometimes people just cannot understand how one day you could be fighting, the next day it's as
It's
if
all over.
nothing happened.
Right.
Well, her husband, sometimes I think when we're having our discussions or disagreements, I think he used to think that we were going to come to blows.
Right.
Because we're just so aggressive.
Yes.
So, but we only know what's going to happen,
Yeah. Now, in terms of those disagreements that you two have, if somebody on the outside is looking, wow, what are they going to do?
Yes.
Yeah. But and again, that's because the two of you know how far you can
Yes.
go
Uh-huh.
with each other.
Yes.
we'll never hit each other. or
No,
anything.
not as adults now.
No.
In our younger ages, maybe we fought physically,
Yeah.
but not now.
Now, in growing up, you all shared the same room, or you had?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even now as adults, if you have an opportunity to live fairly close together, does that increase the enjoyment of being together, or does that, because you see one another often, does that increase the likelihood of disagreement?
Actually, I think we've learned to just
Live together.
live together. But
I think
just
we
have
enjoy
our own-
each other's company a lot. We go out together. We do a lot of
Now,
things
even
together.
as adults?
Even now, as
Yes.
adults, we're always together. And it's a lot of other twins out there that I know of that,
that don't even
don't have that
associate
relationship.
together. Yeah.
So I think that could be a special trait
Yeah.
between the
Special
both
trait,
of us.
Well, yes, because we've always gone out together, and one time that we don't go out together, you get our friends, oh,
Where's your sister?
We always get that
Yeah.
out,
Do you see how they kind of finish one another's sentences? By the way, we were talking off air, and the Karen and Sharon, they wondered about how many twins do we have in Bermuda? How many of those twins are female, and how many are male? And they were suggesting, which I think is a great idea, maybe in Bermuda we should have a twin get-together.
A twin day.
That's something maybe somebody who's watching can work on. Now, Sharon and Karen, it's been great having you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
and
having us.
as twins, you are fabulous, fabulous
Why,
people.
thank you.
Thank you.
And again, thank you. We will be right back with another set of twins. Welcome back. We were talking with our first set of twins, and wasn't that exciting? Did you see how they kind of finished one another's sentences with the same identical words? Very interesting. We now have another set of twins, Shay and Cole Durham, and we're going to have an interesting conversation with them. Now, they have a special language, and we were talking about it before we went on the air. Now, kind of tell us, gentlemen, about that special language. If both of you want to talk at the same time, it's fine. Or if one want to go first and then the other, that's fine too.
Okay, well, it's not really a language, but like, if we was to talk, we would sound kind of like out of tune, or like we can't. People can't really pick up what we're saying. Like if we was just to a conversation with ourselves, it would be more like different muttering and stuff, so they won't pick up what we're saying. But it would just be like basic English to me and my brother.
Yeah, like we will understand completely. But we actually found out that we did that when our friend was next to us. He was like, "You guys, what did you guys just say just now?" We were like, "Oh, we were just talking about that." And he was like, "You sound like pop, 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 pop." I was like, "What?" It was funny.
Now, how old were you when this started?
What, when this started?
This is
The language?
special language, yes.
I don't know. We tried to make up a language when we was in middle school, but that didn't really work out because school and then stuff like that. But we not really tried. It just, well, he told us like this year about like how like he heard us say something else and stuff like that. But we haven't really noticed it until like damn.
Interesting. Now, as you went through primary school, were you in the same class?
No, well, in P1, well, when we came to primary school, they had two new groups, so it was two P1s. And we actually came into the first year group where it was two different P1 classes, so that was pretty cool. So they separated us.
Yeah, our year had like the most people, so it had two P1s. So like I was in one class and he was in another.
Was that a good thing for you guys?
Yeah, it was cool.
More individuality.
Yeah.
More too.
Now, I noticed just like our first set of twins, you guys are dressed differently. Now, at what stage in your life did you start dressing individually?
Well, since we were young, my mama would dress us, like, they'll pick out the clothes and buy it out. But it wasn't until like 8, 7 that we started switching it up. But even when we were around that age, it wasn't like we were wearing the same exact clothes. It would be like same probably type of shirt or pants, but different colors and stuff like that.
Different color schemes and stuff like that.
Now, did you guys ever, as you were growing up, did you want to dress alike?
No, not really. I don't know. Just never really thought about it too much. Just like if he was dressed together, oh, cool. And if he wasn't, then all right. Yeah.
You know, something that I'm recognizing also in talking with the other twins, some of the things that twins take for granted, people who aren't twins think that it's so fascinating. You know, I think when you see a set of twins, they're dressed alike, you guys, you know, what the big deal? You know, we don't necessarily have to dress alike. So some of the things that regular people like about twins, you guys just take it for granted.
Right.
Now, did you ever try to trick people?
Oh yeah, all the time. Or in school, like if he was just switching classes or just for fun.
Yeah, we can talk about it now because we got our papers every day. Yeah. Before we will switch up a little bit.
Would you like to divulge any of those things that you did?
Well, it was one time I was taking a test. I took my brother's English test, and I got him a good mark on it. So that was one. But we did get caught like afterwards because we did it again.
Oh, you did it twice?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Now, sometimes do you ever sense some strong emotions that the other may be going through? Has that ever happened to you? You're not in the same room, you're maybe not even in the same part of the island, but something is happening to one and somehow the other twin just feels that something is not right. Then you talk to your brother later and you say, yeah, you know, this and this was happening. Anything like that?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
One time it was pretty, Che just broke his leg, and then I was walking, and he was right behind me, and then my leg started hurting, and I think he struck his leg, like, and I was like, I felt it a little bit. Yeah, but the first time I heard that, I was like 4. There was like, because this girl asked me, she was like, do you feel the same thing that your brother feels? And I was like, no, I never even thought about it. So even before I can experience it, like someone was asking me about it before, so I never really understood it, like fully. But it could be possible though.
But you did experience it.
Yeah, I did experience it, yeah, exactly.
Now, did you ever experience anything that your brother may have gone through?
Well, no, probably if like, it would just be a feeling like oh, that feels weird, or like, if I was to think he was like not doing like he got hurt, say, I'd be like but I'll just excuse. I'll just like, oh, I'm just probably bad feeling or something like that. But it was probably some occasions where something did happen to him, but nothing too serious like that.
Interesting. Now, do you have other brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Now, as twins, are you kind of like the special people in the family?
No.
Well, we are the twins. Like,
it's twins, but not. I won't say special. Everyone's
my
unique.
2 older brothers on my mama's side. They're not twins, but they're just 10 months apart.
Yeah. They're really close as well.
Yeah. But you guys don't get any special treatment because you are twins.
No.
They're all older than us too.
Yeah.
Like 40s, 30s. We're like,
yes, they're all old, like 40s.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of your friends, do your friends ever treat you differently because you're twins?
No, not really. No.
I haven't I wouldn't know if they were treating me any other way. Like, you know what I mean?
Now, the girls treat you differently because
yeah. It's harder with like being a twin. Like girls, it's kind of gotta.
Because it's generally the same girl.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Well, we talk to the same girl, so it'll just be a little awkward. Like, oh, you talk to her, and then she'll talk to you in private. Like,
some girls
awkward.
came up to me thinking I was Che, and then now it's mine. Now she's mine. So sorry.
Now, I noticed your hairstyle. It's basically the same, but parted on different side. Is that a conscious decision that you guys made, or you were just combing your hair and one day you looked and your brother had a similar hairstyle?
Well, yeah, he did a design in his hair, so I was just like, yeah, I'll do it different, so I'll do the other side.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that.
Now, also, when adults see you, like adults like me, and they see that you're a twin, is it, my goodness, do they start asking you questions like I'm asking you?
Yeah, sometimes.
I experienced that all my life, all our life. It's, some people have certain things, like some people don't even really care, but other people like, oh yeah.
Yeah, some people get excited.
Yeah, they get really excited for this.
Do you know any other set of twins?
Yeah, we actually in our year, like at Cedar Bridge, it was like we had 7 sets of twins in our year. Yeah.
In your year, seven, 14 people, 7 set of twins.
Yeah.
Would you know if they were identical?
Yeah. We most of them were fraternal.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them were boy-girl twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was probably 3 sets that were
You know,
same gender.
some people are watching, and we use the term identical and fraternal. Could you explain the difference to people that are watching?
Fraternal is more like differences, like boy and a girl is fraternal.
Mhm.
Identical is more like same gender.
And plus, identical, they share the same egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the fraternal is 2 different
Two
eggs.
different eggs,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So identical twins somehow are even more special than fraternal twins.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with you guys, are one of you more the leader than the other? Is one more quiet than the other?
I wouldn't say so. Well, it depends on the situation. You know what I mean?
But it's 2 different personalities. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like it's the same
Yeah.
person, but
The same thing the lady
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
depending on the situation, really.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I say, oh, let's go out tonight, and then he'll be like, all right, let's go, and then I'll probably take the lead, or he'll take the lead, you know, certain moments, situations.
No, we're not really no leaders. Yeah, you know.
Now, are one of you quieter than the other?
I'll say I'm more quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe at times.
At times,
At
it
times I might be
depends.
more quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just again just depends on just depends on the situation.
Yeah, it depends on the situation, on the mood.
Okay. Are any one of you the bossier one?
No,
I grew up saying that people telling me that I was the bossier one.
Yeah.
I never really saw it, you know what I mean? But I guess.
He's more like outspoken. You'd be like blah 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 blah. blah.
Now, what is it that you see about him that would let you know that he is more outspoken than you? Can you think of a situation where he was more outspoken?
No, no, not just to pick out any single situation. You know what I mean? He's probably more crazy. Just be like, yeah, blah 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 blah, and I'll just be like, oh, you know, I know we should do that. It's just different things. Just different things.
Now, as you guys get older, do you see yourself always having this close relationship? Scott, you live in the same
Yeah.
house now, do you?
No,
No?
we live in separately.
You live in separate houses.
Yeah.
So are you guys close? Do you call up one another daily? Do you talk with
Well,
one
I
another?
see him every day because we work together.
Yeah, we
though.
work together. But like if I'll be at my mama's house for a week, and then afterwards I'll be at my daddy's house for a week, and then we will switch in between those weeks. So if I'm at my mama's house, you're at my daddy's house. And if I'm at my daddy's house, you're at my mama's house.
Yeah. Just for more space and
Yeah.
getting
okay.
older and everything.
Okay. But that bond, do you sense that there is a real special bond between the two of you?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Now, if somebody would ask you to describe that bond, how would you describe that?
I don't know. You can't really describe it because it's always been. You know what I mean? So it's just like I would say it's more special than other people because they grew up by themselves. But I always had someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Through everything.
Even before the beginning, like
Yeah.
even before we were born.
That's
we
true.
Were, yeah, we were
I
together.
like that. That's like that. You were together even before you were born.
Yeah.
Now, one of the questions that I had asked, as you were growing up in primary school, let's say the rest of the class was out there playing, would you guys find enjoyment just in the two of you being
like,
together?
in primary school, we was just to ourselves, just sit off, just talk to each other. Not like we had friends and everything, but wasn't playing sports enough. We just sit and talk and just like, oh, what you think about this and stuff like that.
And you could, both of you found that enjoyable. You really didn't need the company of other people.
Yeah. Because I got Jay, like, you know what I mean? I didn't really need to talk to anybody else, like, you know what I mean? It was plus we're young, so I didn't really expect, like, friends or anything, you know? It was different.
Now, with your friends, you have more friends now, but do you still find the same enjoyment as you did when you were in primary school talking to one another?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at home, because, you know, we still talk to each other. Well, because we're older and got more individualized, like, we would, like, fight over different situations, stuff like that, but we're still close.
Yeah.
We still enjoy
Now,
that.
did you guys fight a lot when you were coming up?
No.
Maybe more so now
Yeah.
than before. But we always grew up, like, play fighting and everything, like, fighting. And plus we did martial arts growing up, so we were always, like, you know, fighting and, like, you know, physical, but nothing, you know, out of anger or anything, just playing around.
Yeah.
Now, is there a special trait that one has is there something special about your brother Che that you like, and is there something special about your brother Cole that you like? Is there any one thing that really sticks out in your mind that really makes the other one very special?
Well, my brother's personality. I would say that stands out for him.
Yeah.
Just him.
Same. Plus, he has a scar right now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they can tell the difference now.
Yes, they can tell the difference
Yeah.
because if you did not have that scar, I really would
Yeah.
not be able. I'd have to look at the part in your hair to be able to tell.
People
the
will dream my life like, I wish I had a mark on your face so we could tell the difference between you and your brother. I was just like, got into an accident. Of course, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I have a mark.
Yeah, believe you me, without that, it would be very, very difficult to tell the
probably.
difference. We have been talking with Shay and Cole Durham, identical twins, and we have had an enjoyable and a learning experience talking with these twins, and we hope that you will join us on Issues next time.